the Transformers Wiki. My sub Discord for some reason has turned into a hotbed for people who like Transformers. Ping the Discord? Sure. Actual Transformers. Okay. Let me ping the Discord. At everyone, Transformers Wiki reading. At everyone reading the Transformers Wiki. All right, where do you guys want me to start? I got Aquarius. I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. Let's just look at this one. Put that there. Okay. Megatron's charred body is found not by a Unicron, but by a unicorn in a dimension where magic is science and friendship is magic, which to me implies that, I mean, like, if magic equals science and friendship equals magic, surely that means that science is also friendship, right? What are these? Thank you for the 37 months of support, Flame Titan. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi, fearless Jedi Master, fighting on the side of the Galactic Republic to defeat the evil Separatists. He's no... like... yeah. Okay. He's known to use the Force to transform his various Jedi starfighters into large robots. He is a bitter rival of both General Grievous of the Separatists and Darth Vader from the Empire. Okay. I'm not the droid you're looking for. Okay, so they had like a tie-in thing where you could like get Obi-Wan and he would climb into... I mean, that one looks the most like Ewan McGregor. Do I take indie game recommendations? Yeah, I mean, I take game recommendations in general. Okay. So we had the toys, and then we had crossovers. Jedi Starfighter to Obi-Wan. Sure. I mean, this is just saying that, like, he's canon somehow. Like, this image kind of goes hard. But unfortunately, like... why does he have a mohawk? Do you take porno recommendations? Sure. Race. What kind? Mud flap? Okay. Aquarius SG. Let me get rid of the Obi-Wan Kenobi one. Oh, I closed out of it. Let me get... oh, I've got the Darth Vader one. Okay. Like Aquarius isn't the same as its fellow Quintessence man. Wait. Like, Aquarius isn't the same as his fellow Quintessence man. What the fuck do you mean by that? Why are you a... don't be a downer, man. Why does Aquarius talk like that? Your mom. So apparently the, like, multiple head dudes are known as Quintessons. While the rest of his race harp on about great care and dealing with other races, Aquarius moves to a different beat of, or to the beat of a different drum, you dig? He loves to explore other races and cultures, and years of study and meticulous guidance of his planet's culture and spirituality that normal quintessent protocol insists upon just isn't his bag. Okay. Aquarius wants to share enlightenment with other species through righteous hands-on interactions, and he's got to do what his heart wants, even if the man isn't copacetic with it. What? Scroll down to see the other face. So it's just the yellow face? Aquarius is kind of a strange cat, possessing a consciousness that has been split up into 5 distinct and independent yet highly cooperative personalities: joy, compassion, peace, love, satisfaction. He's got some pretty far out powers to go along with it too, including teleportation, the projection of trippy telepathic visions and illusions, the ability to groove on the language of 98% of all known species. It'd be fucking awkward when he actually ends up not, you know, being able to talk to. Oh no. I have a bad feeling about that one. I haven't read the Jesus. I mean, I've read like all of one article. Okay. I don't know anything about this. Yeah, you're overloading me with links. We're not going to be able to get to all these at this rate. Heatwave was sent on an involuntary trip through the Stellar Spanner to Cybertron. Uh-huh. Yeah? What? Who? What is a Stellar Spanner? A bridge. Okay. Why is it written like this? Dude's notes sections. Aquarius' faces are all based on real life individuals, particularly famous for their values the visage represent. Joy appears to be the great face of Buddha. So that's joy. Okay. Where the other faces are easier to determine. Compassion is Martin Luther King. All the pages are written in character. All right. Love is Beatles singer John Lennon. Peace is Gandhi. Satisfaction is sort of the odd one out. It's Grateful Dead singer Jerry Garcia. And it's band's name for the song Satisfaction. Satisfaction's colors, however, are a direct homage to another groovy bearded musician, Electric Mayhem's keyboardist Dr. Teeth. Yeah, I could see that. This guy, yeah, I knew exactly who you're talking about. He's got like the I'm cross-faded eyes. Compassion definitely has more of a Steve Harvey vibe. Why is it Jerry Garcia? I mean, yeah, I guess. Aquarius derives its name from the age of Aquarius, the hippie era of the 1960s, as well as the song named after it, Shattered Glass. Quintessence are designed entirely around hippie culture, from their pursuit of peace, love, and enlightenment to their abandonment of concept of property, ownership, and rainbow-colored energy beams, all of which, of course, a complete inversion to traditional greedy, materialistic quintessence. Even Aquarius's psychedelic holograms could be based on heavy drug use associated with the time. Dude, that's like totally far out. What? I'm gonna get some water. I have a feeling I'm gonna need it. I'll be right back. Give me like however long it takes for me to get water. Be right back. I know she's a baby. Abby is Babby update. It turns out that Abby needed to go down for a nap because she was screaming and she didn't need pets. She didn't need to play. She didn't need food or water. She was just screaming. And so my wife put her down for a nap, and that seems to have worked. Just like put her in the bedroom where the only thing to do in there is to nap, and she can't be a scream bean anymore. Baby. Also, I've got like cherry sours, and they're good. I probably shouldn't be eating them all the time, but like I just grab like a handful every now and then. Go to the kitchen and see them next to the bananas. Could have a banana instead. I'll have cherry sours. Sharkticons? When did this come out? $1984. Okay. So are Quintessons like a big deal? Because I've never seen this fucker before. Sharkticons are from the movie. Go Colossal Cannon Soldier Gilth Thor. Oh, okay. Very early in the Great War, the Autobot ship Van de Geroff was shot down by Beta 9 while transporting a vital cargo. The Autobots... Oh. Following is unofficial material for the intended script of to Wreckers 4 never published. Okay. Sakio Akamuchi, thank you for the 31 months of support. The Terraria fandom wiki to spite fandom underwent a metamorphosis where a lot of articles are just complete bullshit. I love that. I love that for them. Sometimes they're the big bad, sometimes they're not. As I was your beginning, so shall I be your end. That is metal as fuck. I've seen this kink before. There's a whole bit in the good animated movie where the quintessence are like, you have been found innocent, your punishment is death. That's pretty metal too. Oh my god, that looks like ass. What the fuck was this? Oh, this is like a more recent cartoon, isn't it? Oh, you can tell by just how... Do not read Kiss Players? No. I gotta read Kiss Players, because you told me explicitly not to. Well, fuck whatever that is. Kiss Players is a Japanese Transformers franchise which ran from 2006 to 2007, masterminded by Yuki Oshima. Rev, no? Why not? What have I done? No, you linked it to me. By virtue of only being the only Transformers toy line and fiction released in Japan by Takira between the conclusion of Cybertron and the live action movies. It was also effectively the main Transformers lines in the country for the time. Despite its small scope, it takes place in the Japanese Generation 1 cartoon. Oh no, we have multiple like continuities, don't we? This is the creepy Japanese underage thing that everyone hates. What? What do you mean overtly sexual content? They're like 10. Series can be defined as belonging to the extremely creepy end of the magical girl fetish horror genre, occupied by series such as Naru Taru and Bludgeoning Angel Dokuro-chan. It derives its name from the controversial gimmick which involves Transformers getting power-ups when they are kissed by human girls, the eponymous Kiss Players, who fuse with the robots and share their adventures. Although the plot line may seem like a shift in demographic of young girls, it was said that this line was aimed at much older male audience, including the toys bear a ages 15 and up warning, and the subject matter accompanying the manga is far from child friendly. I don't like that. Shove a poop sock up your cock. I was gonna ask why you would say such a thing, but then I looked at your name and it's poop sock sounding, so alright, fair enough. Why are we looking at Kiss Players? Because it was linked to me and now we have to look at it. I'm not gonna read all of this because it's a lot of words. In the wake of this, frivolity became the order of the day when Xiao Xiao sulked about Optimus Prime and talked up Hot Rod's skills and weapons, accompanying him on a fishing trip to Tokyo Bay Bridge, where they battled legions. Marissa lost her underwear, and Xiao Xiao got her hands on it. Yeah. Both girls began to reflect on their own paths. What happened? How did your underwear come off? Wait. What? Marissa and Prime initiated another attack on EDC, clashing once more with Xiao Xiao and Hot Rod. This time, the foursome were able to settle their difference and proceeded to team up with Atari to investigate the sinister goings-on beneath the public facade of EDC, which had become an increasingly apparent during their adventures, venturing through the spiral vagina into the genital system facility hidden deep in the... Why the fuck? I was hoping that there would be a lead into that. How old is she? What have you done, Atari? Somehow this is making you gain viewers. This sucks ass. Everyone loves the domesticated cat. They badly pretend to love you in return, but will turn on you a moment's notice for the smallest chance of power. For some reason, Starscream loves them entirely too much. After being sucker punched by Silverbolt, Cheetor bemoans that as a cat, she should have known better than to trust a dog. According to Black Arachnia, cats land on their feet, unlike Cheetor, who always lands on his head. The population of Detroit included a cat. There's a cat in Detroit. What a sentence. The population of Detroit included a cat which Prowl observed unsuccessfully stalking a bird. He's kind of ruining the moment, man. Raf Isquilev took to hunting for pictures of Bumblebee on conspiracy websites and replacing them with a Mars cat meme. What? What? The same show that this happened in. Check out okay. Mars Cat says, "Take me to your feeder." Wow. Okay. Leave it to a preschool cartoon to flog a dead meme. When Starscream invited Megatron over to watch the Super Bowl, he had a framed photo of Malgatron wearing a tie on his wall as the Decepticons leader smashed his TV in anger. Starscream's favorite cat and secret weapon is Malgatron. Malgatron appears in various sizes. Starscream is professionally taken a photo of himself and Malgatron, as well as a painting of Malgatron in a suit and tie, both of which hang prominently in his house. Citations, thank you. I wouldn't want to just believe shit I read on this wiki without the citations. Sometimes Malgatron is used as a reference point for the size of a Titan. One of Soundwave's nicknames for Ravage is Hairless Malgatron. You're once asked to choose between Soundwave Ravage and Starscream Megatron for their favorite combo. Okay. The Socialist Democratic Federal Republic of Carbomia. Kingdom located in the Sahara Desert region of the continent of Africa on planet Earth, has a coastline with foreign ships that venture too close to it, often being fired upon. The intensely xenophobic state is ruled by Abdul Fakadi, and apparently derives most of their wealth from particularly fine oil. People are often heard swearing on their lives of their mother's camels and so on and so forth. This is, of course, offensively stereotypical or hilarious, depending on whether or not you watch this channel or not. Why did they do this? This sounds racist? Yeah, no, maybe a little. Yeah, you can tell how much delay there was, because it went from this sounds racist to, okay, yeah, this is super racist. That's how much delay there is. They didn't like Saddam too much. I mean, okay. The Decepticons were driven from Cybertron in 2005. Dirge and Ramjet hid out in Carbombia, cleverly disguised as ordinary military jets that just happened to look exactly like Dirge and Ramjet until they were discovered by Blaster and Outback. I'm sorry, what? The Ottoman Confederacy was ruled by Abdul Fakhadi, a noted pacifist. President Colton still insisted that it could launch preemptive strikes on the United States. On the other hand, Colton believed that about every other country as well. The Ottomans are real? Along with the Soviets and the British, the Ottoman Confederacy is one of the three great powers capable of challenging the hegemony of the United States. Texas, of course. Thank you. So this has the man, this is like, this episode has a lot going on because I keep seeing it referenced. Why are the Ottomans still in our non-mirror quad wall universe? The Ottoman Empire had at its peak leading what? The Ottoman Empire held at its peak the southeastern Europe and Middle East and North Africa, where Carbombia lies in the Transformers cartoon, and collapsed shortly after World War I, leading to the formation of the modern Republic of Turkey. How much of this territory is comparably held by the Ottoman Confederacy in shattered glass is not impossible to determine, given significant differences in geography and history that we have so far glimpsed, but mentions so far suggest a very rough analogy. Similarly, we can presume that the House of Osman was important at some point. Does this mean that Palestine exists? How did World War I, like, the Ottomans did end up, like, kind of burning out because horseback combat is not very good into tanks and trench warfare. So they had a problem there. Absolutely amazing fighters, but yeah. And then, so they got divvied up, and then Palestine was given to themselves by the British after World War I, if I remember my history right. But if they're still around in 2005, that means that the American government did not You should learn the word skull in as many languages as possible. Okay. So, wait. Decepticon Crasher was granted honorary citizenship for saving his life. What? That just takes you to the actual Soviet Union. The Soviet Union is the nation state on planet Earth and is considered one of the world's two superpowers along with its rival, the United States. Its capital is Moscow, home of the Kremlin. I mean, yeah, I guess you would have to kind of like talk about like the Soviet Union in the 1980s. In the real world, yeah, it collapsed in 1991. This event was foreseeable to economists when the Generation 1 animated series was being produced in the mid-1980s, but not to cartoon writers. This links off to... Okay, yeah. The watch that killed... What do you mean the watch that killed Hitler? Yeah, like, wait, if the Ottoman Empire doesn't collapse until 2005, that means that we can't have used Israel after World War II as a landing base for a fight against Russia until after 2005, which means that 9/11 might not have happened in this universe because we didn't arm rebel troopers in Iraq in the 1980s that later became Al Qaeda. Yeah, did 9/11 happen? Because like the events that led up to 9/11, don't be silly, the US still exists. I mean, yeah, we've done other things, but like I'm just wondering, like, how did 9/11 happen if we didn't try? I mean, I guess we could have done that with something other than. Depends on the. Okay, in the Shattered Glass universe, it seems like it would be impossible for. In the 1980s, there was a third world war that presumably involved the Soviet Union. In 2009, it still remained in existence and was an international rival to the despotic United States of America. What? When asked about what terrible things happened to Earth in Beast Wars Uprising continuity, Jim Sorson stated that the Great War spread to Earth in the 1980s, and the USSR used nuclear weapons to drive the Transformers out of Bolivia. Good job, USSR. You did it. You stopped the Transformers from invading Bolivia. Hey, what the fuck is this? United Kingdom. United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, also called Region 2, is a strange, possibly allegorical land where pants are called trousers, underwear is called pants, women run the government, Batman kidnaps children. Batman's real? State-sponsored media is popular instead of elitist. Vinegar is a condiment, and they have good old rock and roll. They spell things funny, and their DVDs won't play our DVDs. Spooky. Events in the UK only comics stories are in italics. A British sports star not pictured. The news of the world tapping his phone. What? News of the world bugging claim. What does this have to do with Transformers? What is this? The British want to invade the United States. Boo hiss, don't be concerned. The Queen knows that bombing land she wants to conquer is very counterproductive. Wonder why no one else thought of that. Eye in the Sky is also a very important episode, apparently. In the 22nd century, Wales is no longer part of the United Kingdom and has become a U.S. state. At some prior point, diplomatic relations between the U.S. and UK were broken before President Benito Crusoe restored those ties. During a search for Predacon remains, Ultra Magnus, Wheeljack, and Bulkhead went to investigate Decepticon activity in Scotland. Well, I've got a bunch of these, like, off to the side, so don't worry about that. Despite being a tiny country, English as the primary native language of the UK seems to have been widespoken throughout the galaxy. Interesting. By a strange coincidence, a number of Transformers, including the entire planet of Gigatron, have accents identical to some of those in the United Kingdom. And we all thought they were all American. What? In 2009, Prime Minister Gordon Brown made public appeal for Optimus Prime to come and solve his country's problems, to which the Conservative Party responded Brown had more in common with the Decepticons. Following year, the Conservative Liberal Democrat coalition would presumably make the Lib Dems and the Minicons. We're not sure who the Scottish National Party count as in the stretch metaphor. What am I reading? The article on a location, real or fictional, associated with the Transformers brand is a stub and is missing information. What's a minicon? I don't know. We have to figure out what Batman's doing here. He's best known for saying, I am Batman. I mean, yeah. Lee Sullivan based his Optimus Prime original, not Power Master, on Batman himself. Batman appears to be a member of something called the Justice League along with Superman. The Justice League Transformers comic book crossover was pitched by Phil Gimnazes. The pitch apparently included a Transformer who would turn into the Batmobile and Batman teaming up with Prowl. The pitch never came to fruition. The color scheme and double life of Shattered Glass Rat Bat are based on Batman. What? What is Shattered Galaxy or Shattered Glass? Because it seems like the most unhinged one. Is he a fucking tape? Holy shit. That's awesome. Shattered Glass is the inverse. Oh. Does anyone else hate multiple different timelines? Check out the Angry Birds page. Oh, I was going to say, we're not doing that right now. We're reading this one, but you're saying that's on here. Okay. Angry Birds Transformers is a mobile app for both iPhone and Android platforms developed by Accent and published in... The game has changed its rules many times and various sub-games and systems over the course of its run. In March 2020, the game underwent a fairly substantial update that changed a lot of these systems. We are currently working a fairly extensive overhaul to both account for those expansive changes and accurately show how the game ran for 7 years. Editorial note: the changes are centered on player progression and grinding that to complete that tortured crawl. The people who wrote for this are based as fuck. The egg spark has landed on Piggy Island. I am done reading that sentence. Prowl. Oh, he's a cop. ACAB. Prowl is a Autobot military strategist. Fuck Prowl. Check out Bumblebee Chuck. I can only read so many. There's like 10 on here, and then there's another 10 on the other one. There are 4 issues of a fucking Transformers Angry Birds comic. Listen, listening to you, Blue Streak, taxes even the endless patience of Prowl. I have to say, my logic center dictates that the most advantageous course of action in any situation. Prowl begins his long history of prickery. Oh yeah, no, there's more tabs on the other side. I got like the United States and Texas over here. Oh my god, there's so much information. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about a lot of this. I just want to read the notes. Because the notes are where you get weird shit. The Autobot faction symbol seems to be loosely based on Prowl's head. Blue Streak Prowl head design was used as the basis for the head of Natron, the Autobot Tyco electric racing car set. Early planning for Beast Wars had Prowl as a maximal cougar. This plan ultimately diverged into separate characters, Cheetor and Panther. Have we learned about reproduction yet? Oh god. A very Prowlish computer model was used for one of the generic Transformers and Beast machines, seen as a corpse in Vilshin Factory in the episode Revelations Part 1 Discovery. Similar thing happens to Soundwave too. Reproduction. Though their bodies may be mechanical, Transformers are at heart living beings. Like all creatures, Cybertrons have also create new members of their species. But while organic life forms procreate through comparatively quick, self-contained, and straightforward procedures, Cybertron reproduction is a complicated affair. Feels like reading... I feel like I'm reading Homestuck shit again. A vast majority of Cybertronian reproduce asexually, but how exactly a new Transformer is created, given life, and introduced to the world is a complicated process. A process that often plays a key role in the origin of their species and culture, even if the individual methods of reproduction often vary wildly across different continuity families. Do they like... The fuck? In the very earliest days of the Transformer franchise, before the franchise established more supernatural aspects of Cybertronian biology, early fictional portrayals treated Transformers like conventional, albeit highly sophisticated robots. With the right parts and technological knowledge, anyone could simply build a new Transformer like an ordinary machine. Once built, this new Transformer simply springs to life, a sentient, fully functioning individual. The original Transformers cartoon, Wheeljack and company created the Dinobots this way. Constructicons rebuilt a human city into Triptocon, and a temporarily super intelligent Grimlock created Technobots. Your camera was hiding the baby? I'm sorry. I can't read all of the things. I can't. There's so many things you want me to read. Let me try and move my camera for a second. Here, I can put myself up, like, in this corner. The baby. I know. The baby. There's the baby. You can skip the reproduction page. All right, let me go to the notes. During the early years of the Transformers franchise, Hasbro had a strict no girls policy regarding the potential existence of female Transformers. Hence, Marvel writer Bob Budonsky's invention of Creation Matrix as a means of generating new life as a way to explain how Transformers could procreate. So it's all impreg and gay? When two manufacturing companies love each other very much, one of them may start shooting Transformer designs propositions at the other one. Therefore, during several months of gestation, both engineers will work on these designs, which will develop into a functional, manufacturable Transformers. Once the Transformer is ready to be produced, its design will be sent to marketing and ultimately to chain manufacturers and delivery. Voila, a new Transformer is born. I mean, that's the... Hasbro made Transformers gay. Yeah, okay. Blue Streak, aka Silver Streak, is a talker. He talks a lot. Any subject, any time of day. Fucking ponderous, man. Ponderous, fucking ponderous. What? What is Blue Streak? Another cop? However, his friends realized that his jabbering hides a deeper pain. At the beginning of the war, Blue Streak's home city was totally destroyed by Decepticons. He was the only survivor. It's as if he tries to drown out his own fears and memories somehow. There's some demons running loose in that boy, said Hound. And I think they grab a hold of him and won't let go. He hated the war, he still does, but ever since he hated Decepticons even more. It's odd to see a bot of peace so willingly take up arms, but Blue Streak's got a story to settle. Talk may be cheap, but it keeps him sane. Okay. Color. Bear Lady Z robot car robots release would become the original Blue Streak toy, was available in two different color combinations, neither of which ended up being used by Blue Streak himself, who instead used a Transformers original silver deco. Okay, silver declarations. Both color schemes had lasting influence on their characters. Why is he called Blue Streak if you didn't make him blue in the fucking cartoon? Okay, so they didn't make him blue because blue isn't as cool of a color? I can't read that much, man. I can't. If you're like, oh, you have to read this one, you sit in line. 18 other people have already said they need to read something else. Bento Caruso was the president of the United States who restored diplomatic relations to the United States and the United Kingdom. His accomplishments were immortalized in Burger Bot placemat detailing the presidents of the United States. Caruso is a character from HE. I'm sorry, Burger Bot? Minicon. Small race of Transformers. The Minicon Masters are... Okay. So these are like more humanish size, like 8 feet tall rather than like huge. Oh, I fucking... Which one is this? This one, this series sucked. Because I just hate the art style. That looks very like... Oh, you can't see it. Right, of course you can't. This one. This series and this one, Robots in Disguise from 2015, that they both look really bad. I know nothing about this, so sorry if I pissed off people. But those both look like ass. Rescue robots was literally for infant children. Skill issue. Why are they called minicons with a con as in Decepticon? According to Aaron Archer, the thought didn't occur to Hasbro. So, like, you get a minicon, but you get more. Detroit seems very important to this universe. Is one of the channels on Fox supposed to be open to everyone? No. Yeah, I need to change the settings on that. Permissions. Everyone can view. Nope. Manage permissions. No. Webhooks. Create invite. Send messages in thread. Public. Probably. You can have reactions. You can have those. Just whatever the server setting is. I have a fuck Discord that is used just to let people know that I'm live. What the fuck is this? Why is it slapping his ass? Also, where can I put my camera that's not going to be in the way? Here? Like, the helicopter just slams into his ass. The helicopter's a minicon? Remember to put your minicon butt plug in before you start fighting. They're power linking. Okay. Lug. Geologist born in Cybertron, Lug and her Conjoinex Endura anode did not stick around for the war and instead began adventuring the galaxy on the treasure hunting. There's so many words here that I don't understand. Lug is trans, by the way. Okay. So Conjoinex Endura is spouse. So she's lesbians. Trans lesbian? Okay. She likes mood pipes? Lug is an electrical connector. Lug and anode in Lost Light as trans lesbians were developed with the consultation of Rachel Stevens. People deserve to see themselves in stories and feel safe about themselves. She noted that Anode and Lug were trans lesbians and that she could draw directly from her own experiences to make consultation suggestions. I'm glad they actually got like a... They got like an actual trans woman to write it, so it wouldn't be as cringy. Have you checked out the To Sell Toys page? I can only read so much. I've read all of these, and by read, I mean scrolled through them quickly. An anoid is a polarized electrical device. Anoid was originally going to appear by running into Getaway's Lost Light crew when More Than Meets the Eye became Lost Light. Roberts changed that to the Necrobot taking her to Necroworld so that new readers could meet the character and the concepts along with Anoid. Jack Lawrence designed Anoid's Cybertron biplane mode after James Roberts, who was inspired by the opening sequence of the 1981 Indiana Jones. Her transformation scheme is patterned on Titan's Return Mind Wipe. Yeah, these ones have lips. Optimus Prime does not. Yeah, there's on-page kissing. Like, this is pretty close to the... This is kind of gay. They're hanging out. It's time we've raised some kids. Optimus has a mouth? He didn't in the fucking weird pedo bait one. Barack Obama. Brock Barry Obama. I've never heard him called Barry before, but okay. Was elected as the 44th president of the United States in a time of national and global peril, while his predecessor was incumbent. A crisis exploded with MBE's #1, the loss of Allspark, and the swarm of alien combatants. What? Since when is he canon? Apparently, in military advisor asked President Barack Obama for a decision to request an airstrike on the kingdom of petrochemicals, or ravage has been cornered. Are there women and children there? Kingdom Petrochemicals is a petrochemical plant located in Florida. So we can bomb it for oil. An NSA investigation team with scanning equipment led by Agent Highland moved into the damaged site. However, by the time that Buzzsaw had gotten Ravage operational to... Yeah, so wait. Wait. Having stolen a bunch of dead appliance bots from Guantanamo Bay, Ravage hid from his military pursuers in the Kingdom Petrochemicals plant. While he was digging for a hiding place, fighter jets bombed the living heck out of the plant. I mean, that's pretty on base. Ravage ended up at the bottom of a hole where the appliance bots scattered around him. The site was cordoned off by police. However, a team from a clandestine organization controlled Ravage. That controlled Ravage was able to gain entry. The organization, known as the Initiative, required the Allspark energy from the appliance bots Ravage had stolen. What the fuck? Is this... So wait. Obama is canon to the Michael Bay timeline? And in this, Guantanamo Bay is real? But how is Guantanamo Bay real if the Ottoman Empire didn't collapse until 2005 or whatever? Did 9/11 happen? That's Shattered Glass. Oh, right. So Shattered Glass is not the Bay continuum. The Monroe Doctrine is canon. Okay, I mean, yeah. We were like, there's something we want in that oil refinery. And so the US bombed the shit out of it. Okay. Sure. The implications of this are concerning. Yeah. When did Obama, excuse me, Barry, did Barry ever shut down Guantanamo Bay in this fictional universe? Or just like... Their first series was a commentary on the Cold War. Okay, so... So Barry didn't shut down Guantanamo Bay in the real world or in the Michael Bay timeline. No, I'm gonna call him Barry because that's his fucking nickname, I guess. Why is Obama here? Well, While on the campaign trail, real life Barack Obama met Michael Bay as by chance in an airport. The two had a mutually complimentary conversation. Inspired by this encounter, Bay made a late-stage decision to add Obama's name and image to a brief scene in Revenge of the Fallen. It is unknown whether it occurred to Bay or not, whether it was planned, that the movie's otherwise unnamed president is essentially the villain, or perhaps well-meaning bureaucrat whose concerns almost doom the earth. Several critics winced over that one, assuming it was deliberate, while more conservative movie critics and bloggers rejoiced over it. As the film's writers are Democratic Party supporters, this is probably meant to be a stock genre plot. Bureaucratic government stopping our boys from saving the day from the enemy, rather than a deliberate dig. So how does the president of one country shut down a multinational organization on his own? In an alternative timeline presented in the UK Titan comics, in which the Decepticons were victorious in the Battle of Mission City, Obama did not become the next president. Instead, when the previous president was killed... Do you mean fucking President Bush? What? The fictional vice president Theodore Allen succeeded him. Real life Obama was the inspiration for much of Transtech Optimus Prime's bio. Obama took a notably more dismissive view of the Autobots than his ally Gordon Brown. Who? Theodore F. Allen was the 45th president of the United States, at least in a parallel universe where Megatron captured the Allspike. And let me tell you, you'll really wish that Obama was in charge. Okay. His name is Theodore F. Allen. Whether or not this was deliberate, the F. Allen. The Fallen? Oh, I see what you did there. Because you just ignored the odor, and it's just the Fallen. Okay. Allen inherited the presidency from the deceased incumbent. As he is still president in 2009, he states in Revolution that Transformers have been around for 2 years. He must have won the later 2008 election, or perhaps the election was suspended given the ongoing crisis. Constant changes in artists are not kind to him. That's him, and that's him, and that's him. Okay. What? His vice president was Theodore Allen. In a timeline where the Decepticons won the Battle of Mission City, President Bush was killed in a Decepticon takeover in North America, and Vice President Allen would replace him. So in this timeline, this is not the timeline where Soviet Russia continues to exist well past when it would. But what does that mean about the Cold War? I'm not going to think about Shattered Mirror anymore. In 2007, the president flew in Air Force One. During the trip, he ordered Tracy A flight attendant presidential aide for Air Force One. Her highest duty after joining Air Force One is apparently to bring the president ding-dongs. Tracy doesn't seem to consider a random boombox lying around on the plane's elevator to be the slightest bit odd or suspicious. Good job. Wait, the United States... Okay. Ordered Tracy to bring him ding-dongs. He was unaware of the infiltrating frenzy who hacked the mainframe on the airplane. The intruder was detected and Air Force One was forced to make an emergency landing. Man, fucking security is weak as shit. The United States military began approaching a potential conflict with Russia and China when Sector 7 realized it was the Transformers. President ordered What? Thomas Tom Banachek. Okay. He ordered Sector 7 to be terminated and the remains of all dead Decepticons to be disposed into the Latorian abyss. President involvement in preceding events or events mostly similar were chronicled in the novel Quest for the Allspark. Hello? Hi! How are you doing today?
Yeah, hi. This is Jack with Get Solar. How are you doing today?
I'm doing alright. How about yourself, man?
I'm good, thank you. The reason of my short call, we are providing you some information about solar. Do you own a house?
Yeah, I do own a house. I'm just having my morning coffee. How do you like yours? Sir? Bingal. Didn't even try. He got very confused. He was like, I don't have time for this. I was like, just trying to be nice. I didn't even do anything to that guy. I was just like, how do you like your coffee? That is a normal fucking question. Watch that killed Hitler. Fine, we'll read the watch that killed Hitler. I'm sorry. The watch that killed Hitler. The watch that killed Hitler excels in using its ornate design to get close to unsuspecting targets of interest after deploying a lethal robot mode when its victim least expects it. Little is known about the previous and surely stored exploits, but the Order of the Witwickens used it on one memorable occasion to eliminate a certain Adolf Hitler. The Order of the Witwickens are a group of humans who are known to know of the presence of Transformers on Earth, who work to keep their secret and work to aid them in assisting humanity. The last member of the Order was a former Sir Edmund Burton. The Last Night film. Roots of the Order of the Witwicken can be traced back to 484 after Guardian Knights. What do you mean? Is this a timeline? The year 484 predates the launch of the Transformers brand by 1,500 years. King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table engaged in a desperate battle against the Saxons. Merlin enlisted the help of the Guardian Knights to help Arthur. They gave Merlin a the whomst? Powerful staff combined with a great dragon. Joining the battle, they aided Arthur in routing the Saxons. Guardian Knights, also known as the Knights of Aikion, are 12 elite warriors to oppose the deceiver sorceress Quintessa. Is that one of those cube things? No, this is not at all related to the weird cube people. Are you telling me that this is a Transformers movie set in King Arthur times? No, this is just like a moment in the... Yeah, those are drawn wrong. That is not how they would have drawn that back in the day. That'd be stupid as shit, but I'd kind of like dig it. Movies get stupid. Thank you for the 22 months of support, Protector of Poop. None of the knights are named in the movie, nor they're ever shown to have individual alt modes. Evidently, individual names are purely Hasbro's invention. Movie recycles knight animation models several times. Concept art by those people never included names, and thus the wiki has to do some fudging for the sake of making this article possible. Exact number of knights is not entirely clear due to poor editing of the film. Say how you really feel, man. The Talisman Knights' relationship to the Guardian Knights is never clarified. Both Quintessa and Sir Edmund Burton state that there were 12 Guardian Knights, which, as Burton explained, matched the 12 Knights of the Round Table. Apparently, King Arthur is also paired with the newly revealed Cade. Quintessa's base on Cybertron, there is also an altar adorned with 12 small knight statues, but later 12 Guardian... Okay. Well after Talisman Knight has died, so how does he fit on... So were there 13? It's unclear if the Guardian Knights are the knights mentioned by Lockdown in Age of Extinction, as Lockdown claimed Optimus and the Dinobots to be knights, something that goes unaddressed in The Last Knight. According to the concept art, Megatron's Cybertronian jet mode was originally designed as a fighter jet for the Guardian Knights. Don't you have to... What is a knight? In the Middle Ages, a man who served his sovereign or lord as a mounted soldier in armor. They have horses? That'd be fucking rad. Robots on giant robot horses? I mean, they have to. Like, look at the size of them in comparison to those horses. No, those horses are too small. The Bayverse movies were shit. They all just seemed like visual, like, overstimulation. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Wait, I thought the Transformers were drawn to Earth by the cube, which killed the dinosaurs, but that it took until the 1800s for them to find Earth. I saw this like post earlier today, and I want to share it with you guys. I don't remember who posted it, but okay. So I need to I need someone who's smarter than me to like run this by. Okay, so I need just some help with this because I don't understand a thing I learned. Okay. Here we have Earth. I did my best, okay? This is Earth. All right, so let's say there's something like 1,000,000 light years away over here, right? That means that the time it takes for light that is bouncing off of this to here is 1,000,000 years, right? If it's 1,000,000 light years across. And so that means that we're seeing essentially something that's a million years ago in the past when we look up at the stars, right? So could you what if you just built a really fucking big mirror? Right? So we got a mirror with its like mirror sheens and stuff. And then it takes a million years for it to get there. And then it bounces off because that's how mirrors work. And it takes a million years to get back. Do I get to see 2 million years in the past? But only if it was built 2 million years ago. So what if like you like put it'd be so small, like just make it real big though. Like the silver might degrade. Okay, so like let's say like the someone has the ability to do like near light speed travel. They travel all the way out there to like they have like a colony ship that flies with this inflatable like thing, this inflatable mirror, right? That's a spaceship for now because I can't get the tool to work right. All right, so it goes and drops off the mirror, right? Then it does a 180 and a little bit of a flip. It's cool barrel roll. All right, so it drops it off and then it starts coming back to Earth. First off, right here, it's seeing what Earth. Yeah, you could get silver along the way. I mean, they got like a million light years to figure it out. And they can't travel at the speed of light. So, like, let's say they build this mirror. By the time they come back to Earth, though, it'll still take 1 million years for the reflected light to reach Earth. So, like, would the people here be able to see Earth? Or is it just like... So they'd be able to see Earth as soon as they deployed the mirror, but people on Earth would not be able to see it because it would take millions of years. But wouldn't like the mirror, like wouldn't it take a million light years for it to get to here? The light was already reflecting off of Earth. Right. So you'd get to see a million years into the past. The unfortunate part is that you can only put this together after traveling more than a million years. So you wouldn't be able to know anything. So Transformers creators came to Earth during the dinos to turn parts into metal to make Transformers. After supposedly a fake bitch named Quintessa claims that she was a creator and gets blasted, and the primes came to Earth to harvest the sun. Then, oops, there's life here, never mind. Killed the fallen. The cube came back and started making life and got tossed so it couldn't be used to make soldiers. None of these are connected to each other. Have fun. Is that the Bay movies? Because I remember... Yeah, I guess if you were doing faster than light travel, then you would get to see yourself launching from Earth. That's fucked. And also, oh, this is even more fucked. So if you constructed this mirror, assuming you went faster than light, you could see yourself leaving Earth to make the journey that you just arrived at doing. And then, if you use faster than light again to get back, you could see yourself deploying it? And then you could see yourself leaving. Might be a handful of reasons why we can't do faster than light travel. Why not on the next thing that we send out into space, we just make it a giant mirror? I don't think it's a time paradox. Seems like a borderline cloning method. No, you're just going really fast. There was a bomb in DC that exploded backwards in time. Do you mean in Transformers or in real life? How would you keep the mirror from spinning around? Skill issue? I would just be better at you than you. I would just be really good at pointing the mirror directly at Earth. The mirror would clip. It's not cloning. Yeah, you're just seeing yourself twice, which is how mirrors work. The mirror would clip into itself. What do you mean? There's a bunch of mirrors on the moon. No, it's got to be big. It's got to be big enough that we can see it with telescopes when it's like a million light years away. Traveling closer to the speed of light increases the weight of objects that is traveling that fast. Okay, so you go to a planet where there's already enough silver to make a mirror, then you make a mirror out of that stuff, so then you don't have to think about. This is troll science? Why not use a wormhole? I don't fucking know, man. Every time you look at the sun, you're looking at a sun that's 8 years younger than it is in reality. None of us are physicians. You don't need to be. This is science, not doctor shit. Eight minutes, not seconds. Darth Vader was once a man named Anakin Skywalker who converted to the dark side. He's a possessor of great power, cunning, and speed. He once called Obi-Wan. Why does he have a shield? They do kendo. They don't fucking need shields. What? Oh, that's supposed to be Anakin. I'm like, that doesn't look like Darth Vader. Why does Darth Vader have, like, tails? Like, he's wearing a tux. He looks so depressed. It's like, oh. I love that it comes with, like, some also clinically depressed stormtroopers. I don't like retooling. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. What the fuck are these? The Darth Vader Death Star Transformer was at one point going to be based around an incomplete second Death Star shown in Return of the Jedi, and had a similarly incomplete robot made with one shattered eye. This is skewed in favor of using the complete Death Star and robot mode. It had otherwise identical concept art. Darth Vader has been dubbed by a few Transformers alumni. He's known as Darth Vader or Darth Vador in French. Like, Oh, it's like a... Okay. All right. So it can either be Anakin or Darth Vader, depending on how you flip the head. And it's a really fucked up looking Star Destroyer. Okay. And you got... Okay. Race. Is this an episode? Was this one good? This is the 2015 one, right? Was the 2015, excuse me, 2005 3D, whatever the fuck this is? Anon, thank you for the gift sub. This one was good. It looks like ass, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm supposed to read this one. I don't know why. On Velocitron, the great race for the Planet Cup has finally begun. Hotshot, Overdrive, and Dirt Boss battle out for the lead, while the other Autobots keep an eye on Crumple Zone, Ransnack, and Optimus Prime. Or excuse me, Optimus Prime blocks the two goons' path, while Red Alert and Landmine. Landmine? Okay. That's not a landmine. That's a fucking crane. Okay. Thundercracker? I get called that sometimes. When I rip ass. Really fucking bad. He mines the land. Okay. Bud is not okay, why do I care about this one? It just seems like it's a racing episode. Race was the last episode of Cybertron to premiere on Cartoon Network in 2005. Following its broadcast, the series moved to WB Kids. I think the joke is that they have a page on Race. Okay. Yeah, it's just the name of an episode, I guess. Okay. Talk, Mudflap. I apologize for starting to get into a bit of an edit war, but some people consider the twins racist caricature. Okay. Others disagree. I don't think this wiki should be dismissive of either side of the argument. I think noting the controversy without comment is fine. I agree, though I'm not sure if I find the twins racist caricatures for sure, not racist for sure. Caricatures for sure, racist not for show. Okay. Okay, that's Guy's name. Some twins are cute. For Skids and Mudflap, the goofy-looking Mudflap and his twin Skids are results of a split spark, share a bond accordingly. Mudflap is hyperactive, noisy, argumentative, and eager, not different from his brother, so desperate to improve. So this is from Michael Bay, yeah? It comes off as having the robot equivalent of ADHD. Well, they're not trying to outdo each other in crazy daredevil antics. The twins are usually bickering with each other. Like Skids, he's... Okay. I'm going to ask this because I don't understand what's happening. Why are they racist? That looks like a car. How is a car racist? From watching Revenge of the Fallen, it can be pretty obvious that the depiction of the twins is rooted in a racist stereotype of African Americans. Their illiteracy in cyberglyphs is framed as never learning to read, and all speak in a stereotypical okay, hold up. I think I get it now. I've got an idea. Give me a moment. I'm going to mute the desktop audio. And I'm going to search for the twins. Revenge of the Fallen. Is this like a... I just want to hear them speak. Oh, okay. Here's another thing. I just found like a random YouTuber talking about this, but holy shit and fuck. Look at their faces. Oh god. Okay. Oddly enough, though, Mudflap's Chevy Trax alternative mode features big blue eyes on his chest, and the truck seems to have a similar face on its grill. It does not appear that his brother, a fellow combiner, Skid's Chevy Beat for him. He makes up the back of the ice cream truck. He does, however, still have eyes on his chest in the ice cream truck, which are created from the rear taillights of the vehicle. They have Bay faces. The Bayverse faces, like, they're fucked. I hate looking at them. I like the way the Bay movies did eyes, but not the way that they did. There's no redeeming qualities to the Bay movies. Much like the previous two Med Flaps, toys of this character tend to be shelf warmers. Maybe the name is cursed. No, I think it's probably because no one fucking likes this character. I like how face is in quotation. If you're a fan of explosions, they're good. I mean, it sounds like it's just loud. That they tied it into a real world, very boring fucking car explains a lot about this series. Jesus, fuck their faces, man. I hate them. One of them has a gold tooth. Oh, they killed him. Good. Okay. I now understand the twins vaguely. I'm not sure if I find the twins racist caricatures. Caricatures for sure, but racist, I'm not so for sure. Okay. Sign your posts. Also, you don't seem to have a proper understanding of how racism works these days. It happens to be more subtle. You can also brush it off as a coincidence. you can counter with various arguments. It's ignoring the trend beneath. For example, I don't find Resident Evil 5 racist for killing a bunch of infected people coincidentally native to Africa, but I have a slight problem with the main roles being given to non-black characters while the game is set in Africa. Only Shiva and her boss are the only main black characters. Shiva seems to me as a compromise by being much lighter and okay. But we're talking about the fucking robot car from the Bay movie, right? Why are you bringing that out? Wiki drama. Bay has the subtlety of a brick to the face. I doubt he's capable of recognizing racism if it's not blatant. At least he's incapable of recognizing sexism. I'm not saying the twins are racist stereotypes. They very well could be, even if they aren't meant to be that way. I mean, could we be racist in the fact that split gear? I see it. It's on the list. I'll get to it in a minute. I'm sorry. I can't read all of them. They're having a problem with the ice cream truck. It occurs to me that it's only said by them. We aren't much for reading. We can't read. The existence of suck my popsicle sticker would indicate some level of literacy, since that clearly wouldn't be on the original video. Also, why would cyberglyphs or whatever be engraved on twins be a counter to their reading ability anyway? Does everyone who gets a Japanese Chinese character tattoo read those? So he got a sticker and was just told what it said? I want to hear more from them because I don't know where. I think people found Jazz offensive only because of his one line where he says, "What's cracking, little bitches?" and instantly label him as black, and then get offended that he dies later. I really don't get how people can think that a giant fictional robot from space can be racist. Granted, Skids and Mudflap were overdoing it, but people would be less offended if they were human and black. I don't know about that. Racist. Yeah, I don't think that it's entirely possible that he didn't mean to do it, but it sounds pretty bad from everything I'm seeing. Like, Jazz is an OG character, is in the OG show, and is, okay, let's just look up Jazz. You like Jazz? Generation 1 Jazz, sure. Movie Jazz. Okay. I mean, that looks like very early Transformers designs. So that's pretty good. I like that. Kinda fucking hate that. You massacred my boy. I just met him and you massacred him. The fuck is that? Look at this, like, fucking, like, this sucks. Look at this design. This design is pretty fucking solid. And then this one, he looks like, haha, let's go, guys. My favorite game is lacrosse. Like, the fuck is that? Paw Patrol's looking fucking ass. And this one looks like, Ben 10. It's not even himbofication. It's like Paw Patrol-ification. Also, cops in that show? ACAB. Same animator? That explains a lot. Animated looks like that, but is unironically the best Transformers series. I'm so sorry to Transformers enjoyers. Like, Gen 1 has just a style to it. Anon, thank you for the gift sub. Slide with me, just bounce with me, now freeze. Mothman is real. Wait. In a desire to rather glaring side effect of the simplicity in a desire to mimic the spoiler scene on the back of his CG model is an additional fake vehicle kibble. His chest is a second front bumper that ends up on the roof of his alt mode, which means that Jazz is also includes a second engine to go with the front bumper or attempt at compensation for the case of police car envy is unknown. Ironically, the smallest version of Jazz is the biggest Legends toy in the movie line, even bigger than Optimus. This may make up for the... Okay. Like, some of these are okay. I don't like any of the Michael Bay ones. Those are bad. Like, I just kind of hate how they look. It's like so much greebly bits. Jazz is killed by 3 completely different Decepticons. He's killed by Megatron in the movie and in the Decepticons game for DS, while Brawl is the one that kills the Autobot in the Autobot campaign, and a fake law enforcement officer kills him in the Decepticons campaign. Okay. I mean, I had Transformers growing up, but I had like bootleg ass shit. Like, I don't even know what half the ones I had were. They weren't like real ones, but it was just like, I don't know, we got them at the dollar store or whatever. Okay. Your mom, disambiguous. According to Sideways, your mom may or may not be any of the following entities. Who is Sideways? If you ever meet the multiverse meddler known as Sideways, you may think him amusing or even charming, but do not be fooled. Oh, okay. He stranded the Daniel Boone? Oh, okay. Not the... Fairly common fandom understanding of Sideways at the time of Ask Victor Prime's release was that Sideways was a dimension hopper, and as such, Sideways' various appearances in Ask Vector Prime and its related materials reflect this. And by and large, this Sideways is written as a Unicron trilogy version of the character, specifically the quippy, jokestery Cybertron incarnate, but with elements from all the Sideways sprinkled in alongside him, but most notably his appearance in Revenge of the Fallen version of Sideways. For ease of categorization, we elected to put these stories on a separate page. Okay, all right. So your mom should not be confused with anyone's mom. Denizen of Planet X who rotates tires for a nickel. Fan of the Knights of Unicron who enjoys changing the oil filters of the band members. Vector Prime, meanwhile, suggests your mom might be a good person to ask where babies come from. If, in any case, if your mom ever calls you Supreme Arch Overlord of the Universe, you're likely too evil for even the Decepticons. Your mom should not be confused with all these other people's moms. Nor should be confused with these non-mom entities. Mama Otaro and Senator Mamas. Oh, okay. Wheelie, Generation 1. The diminutive Wheelie is an Autobot child. But don't let your guard down, he gets pretty wild. Why is it in rhyme? Because it's got to be like written in... Oh my god, they had to write all of this lore in a rhyme scheme. Because that's his gimmick. Here's a joke that's a real zinger. Go ahead, Daniel, pull my finger. Fuck? Why is he bleeding? Is there a reason that Transformers bleed? It all rhymes except... Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Oh, Candy Kit. Okay, that's fine. Notes. Wheelie was in a commercials and the show. Frank Wheeler both provided the voices, although his lines in the former had a lower pitch, producing on balance a performance which sounded a lot like, and we'll show you agree, like the voice of the Smurfs' good friend, Pee-wee. I feel like... Wait. Oh, that Pee-wee. Okay. In the cartoon dub shown in Italy, Wheelie speaks noticeably different. His rhyming speech is left wholly unsaid. He randomly says room room instead. I love that they did this. Even the references. Tweet of Wheelie's core class self found in Taiwan on a shelf. Can I please react to the GTA 6 trailer? I don't care. Earth Wars announced that he'd be soon joining the game. As April Fool's jokes go, he's pretty lame. Okay. This is content? I'm already, like, neck deep in content. Alright, do you guys want to see the Grand Theft Auto trailer? No? Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. Enjoy that. It's gonna be like $500, dude. Nah. The fuck? Oh, he's using a slingshot. That's his thing. I saw that earlier. Hasbro, you big jerk. My legs won't work. Is he just like welded onto that thing? Wait, why'd you give him a gun? Sunstorm, the devout Catholic. How can you be Catholic? They're practically immortal, right? A conceited orange Decepticon. If bright colors are nature's way of saying do not touch, then nature's got nothing on Sunstorm, because come too close, circuits were short. Okay, right. Is he really Jesus-y? I mean, it looks like he's like a flamethrower creamsicle. Wow. What the fuck is this? Godalism exists in both Marvel and DC. Remember that Thor is canon to both. The quote at the top summed it up pretty well. Okay. Who am I? I am the presence anointed to carry forth the light, the original light, which has no beginning, no end. Searing heat shall purify the earth, purging this world of all its flaws, preparing for what lies ahead. An orange Cybertronic pyramid jet is depicted in the battle scene. Okay. I mean, that's just common piece of fanon identified by the all-yellow Rainmaker as part of the partially yellow Sunstorm. However, even taking into consideration the haphazardly color typically given to the generic Seekers, chances were they were not in favor of being the same guy. Being asked the same question at an August 2010 Q&A, Hasbro confirmed that the yellow Rainmaker was not Sunstorm, but some yet unnamed guy. Old Yeller was eventually named as Nova Storm in 2015. Okay. Sunstorm is apparently a fan of professional wrestling, having performed a Stone Cold Stunner and a DDT when engaged in close combat with Jetfire. Nexus Prime. One of the 13, Nexus Prime was the first combiner off. What the fuck is a combiner? Is that robot sex? They Voltron? Okay. Sure. That's why his leg is a fucking missile or whatever? Yeah, I've already read the robot sex one. I was just like, you know. Oh my god, this one. Notes. It's hard to say what toy line Nexus Prime is from. His components are from multiple franchises. The only other time this has happened was with Ethoria. Read his notes. I am. It seems like the notes are where the spicy stuff comes in. Nexus's Prime's backstory bears a noticeable similarity to that of Voltron. Fun publication stated in BotCon 2009 that the official limb arrangement for Nexus Prime is that of the configuration in his instructions, with Landquake as his right arm, Breakaway as his left arm, Topspin as his right leg, Skyfall as his left leg. Why was he depicted in a different arrangement in the caverns around the Caretaker? No one knows. Ironically, despite being labeled as an Autobot, a majority of the Transformers that make up Nexus Prime are Decepticons, albeit ones that are disenchanted by the Decepticon cause, misled by deceitful leaders, or a completely different kind of Decepticon. Nexus Prime's TFCC magazine profile mentions that he no longer has an alternative mode due to being split apart for so long and being reassembled. With his components released one at a time, one per year, he's a combiner toy that took the longest time to complete in an official capacity. Like other members of the 13, Nexus was originally established as a multiversal singularity who existed as one being across all space and time, but that is no longer the case. Great. Good job. You decided to try and condense all of the multiverses down into one. You're like, no, that's stupid. Never mind. Fun Publications originally submitted possible names for Prime Nexus and Maximus Prime for Hasbro as a lead for the character, reflecting the character as a Prime in fiction. Hasbro rejected these, apparently because they were feeling protective towards the use of the name Prime, despite previously having approved the fiction that named. So Prime is just like top dog. And what is it? Who's the big man? Optimus? So that's the top dog of. It's like Rex. Doesn't help me any. I don't know who that is. Prime is like Pope or President. Prime is like the Pope President. Hey. Debate is on whether or not Nexus Maximus constitutes a choking hazard. When he finally appeared in his fiction, his name was, in fact, given as Nexus Prime, which makes much better sense story-wise, but deprives us of some cheap, easy jokes. Pete Sinclair posted an image of the Transformers Collectors Club forum of Aquarius blaming the Nexus Maximus name on a bad translation of Betamax. Rex is the suffix for king. Okay. I thought you meant like T-Rex, and I'm like, I don't understand how. Like, is Rex another fucking Autobot? What if Jesus was president? What are the opposite of separation of church and state? Optimus Prime is a Republican? So this one, you had to buy. This looks like ass. What the fuck? Like, the see-through plastic is not doing great. They named it after a sex toy. What? Oh. Apparently, neither Hasbro nor Fun Publishers did their research when naming Nexus Maximus, because already was another product that shares his name. As of May 2009, the top Google result websites related to this character have since surpassed it. While it was definitely a toy, it was not intended for ages 5 and up. No, I think it... Okay, it was intended for definitely up. According to the Fun Publications Club, Hasbro did a search for the name with Safe Search on, causing him to not see this. Excuse me for 1 second. Yeah, actually, hold on. I'm going to make sure I'm super good on this one. New private window. Nexus Maximus double-ended dildo discontinued. Oh. Insertable length 5.5 inches and also 7 inches, depending on which end of it you're on. It kind of looks like it's for any bits rather than I mean, it's like a absolutely worth the money, top-notch materials, beautiful design, comfort for the receiver and wearer. Just a bit heavy. Optional vibration is a great thing. Okay. Well, you learned something about dildos today. The GTA 6 trailer officially released now. I mean, I don't care. Did it give a reason of why it was discontinued? I mean, like, you know, they probably just came out with a new design for a sex toy. Is the dildo being talked about? Yeah. If it's double-ended, it's not for the butt. Yeah, it's definitely like one person with an any bit is required. You know? I just got here. We're reading about Neximus Maximus, which was the name of this one, which was like one of the 13, which is like the super coolest guys ever. The BRB screen is up, yeah. He's one of the 13, but also they accidentally named him after a dildo. A double-ended dildo for, guess how many 13 primes exist? You know, I would guess 13, but I'm going to guess I'm wrong, aren't I? Covenant 13. Murder. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then 3 other ones. Gold plastic syndrome, commonly shorthanded to GPS, is a fandom terminology to describe the phenomenon of a toy's plastic decomposing and becoming brittle to the point of shattering or crumbling under even minimal stress conditions. In extreme cases, the toys have been reported to spontaneously crumble into bits without any force applied at all, even if they're fresh out of their unopened package. Breakage is due to a different, relatively more common stress fracture type of plastic breakage that can occur in some Transformers toys, while normal stress fractures are universally heralded as stress marks on the toy. GPS breakage doesn't have that sign, they simply crumble into pieces. Condition takes its name after the gold plastics of the late Generation 1 through Beast Wars and have proved to be most prone to this sort of breakage. Despite the name, gold plastic syndrome has been known to affect other types of plastic, most of them noted for pretty metallic swirl in the plastic. The reason it has GPS moniker is because golden plastic was the first and most common color observed to have this horrific phenomenon. I see. Man, that's gonna make these like worth a lot as collectors things. General Grievous's shit. They made General Grievous's dick out of fucking gold. You could destroy General Grievous's cock. Called him Gold Member. That's pretty good. Thank you, Hobo Goblin. Thank you for the 17 months of support. United States of America. This is definitely Shattered Universe, whatever thing. Look at the map. Hey, what? What'd you do to Texas? I got a separate tab for Texas. Okay. Californian AJ Ard has the world's largest Transformers memorabilia, 3,626 as of the 9th of... Was this posted by the same fucking person? Like, do you think this person booted up the Transformers Wiki and just said that he's got it? Who has the world's biggest collection of Transformer toys? AJ Ard, according to Guinness Book of World Records. He's up to 5,150 pieces.
I am Louis Giorgio from Manchester. Been collecting Transformers probably for about 6 years. I started when my son was about 3 years old.
They're all out of package. Isn't that bad?
At Christmas time, I was looking for something to buy him for Christmas, and I used to love Transformers when I was a kid, so I thought I'd get him a load of Transformers and see how he got on. I started buying them for him. I started to buy a few for myself as well, for nostalgia to start off with. And I started just putting them on my desk at work, almost as kind of ornaments, decoration. And then over time, I just bought more and more. Used to get most of them from eBay and online places, and the collection just grew from there. Now I've got in total a couple of thousand.
This is not AJ Ard, by the way.
About a year ago, pretty much when I ran out of space to places to keep them. Filling up the basement.
Was that a Simpsons character?
Filling up the basement space to places to keep them. When I ran out of space to places to keep them.
Why is he yellow?
Filling up the basement in the attic at home, so yeah, and the wife wasn't particularly pleased, so I kind of had to call it a day.
He doesn't have the world's biggest collection. Because that's AJ Ard, apparently. Largest collection of Guinness World Record annuals by Guinness World. Okay. Check out the wiki changelog. On what? Control F Wales. Wales isn't in the United States. Apparently is. Never mind. Oh, Puerto Rico gets to be a state. That's cool. Congratulations, Puerto Rico. You get to be a state in the universe where 9/11 didn't happen, probably. That's probably good. There are at least 50 states. Why is Texas not? Wait, yeah, where's Texas? No, there's Texas. DC still doesn't get to be its own state. No. Texas, a southwestern state, borders Mexico, is known for its yellow roses, stars at night, which are big and bright. Yeah. Deep in the heart of Texas. The Global Building Corporation built the Triplet Towers in Dallas as part of the Decepticon plot to trap humans and hold them for ransom. Look at the map at the bottom of the... Okay. I'm not seeing really anything interesting in the Texas one. Primary action of the rescue. Okay. Texas is smaller in this world. Is this from Michael Bay? Why is Louisiana in Texas? It's Prime? This is from Prime. "9/11 is named after the month, not the towers." Correct, yes. Yeah, they're called the Twin Towers. Or they were. Is Texas a combiner with Louisiana to make just a state? Yeah, why did Louisiana just teleport over here? Was it tired of being on the coastline? It's like you can have a little bit of coastline, but just the tip. Where did you put Wales? Is this still... Yeah, that one's still in, like, England, right? But it's America? The capital of the country is the District of Columbia, which is not a part of any state. Check out the very end of the movie Megatron. The movie's Megatron. Okay, that design's pretty rad, not gonna lie. That's pretty good for a villain, you know? The fuck? Looks like both halves of Jazz will have a front bumper. There's a lot of like references that I'm starting to understand. Yeah, the Bay ones just have these awful looking, like, real hard to, like... I don't know, like, when I look at the Michael Bay Transformers, I have a really hard time looking at it as, like, a creature, and more just, like, AI-generated engines. This one turns into a tank. All right. Another tank. It's pretty good. Gun. Or turret, depending on how you want to use it. The OG one is just straight up a gun. Okay. So here's an idea. And this is going to take a little bit of knowledge about Warhammer. You could do an orc truck / Mega Dread that you don't glue anything. You just buy a Megatron toy, you make it orky, and then you just slide the pieces around, and then whichever one's better, you just have. It's like, yeah, Mega Dreads are better. All right, cool. Wop, 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 wop. That's the sound of a Transformer transforming. Oh, battle wagons are good. Wop, 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 wop. I like the, like, why does he have a coat? Is he going to be cold? Will he get sand in his eyes if he doesn't have a little coat on? Why are we looking at Transformers? You know, chat wanted me to, and I was like, fuck it. You guys like stuck with me. For the sponsored streams, so we're doing this. Does this guy just shatter as soon as you look at him? If you're cold, they're cold. Let them come inside. Of what? They can't fit in my house. Do you mean me? They can't fit in my ass. So that one's pretty good. It could be a plane or a fucking tank. You won't know until you try. I'm not going to try and shove an entire transformer up my ass. You imagine, like, you pop it in and it's like a robot and then it comes out a plane. It's just like, yeah, I've got some talents. What does that ass do? Shove a Megatron up your ass. Sorry. Rectal origami. It's like people who can tie cherry stems together with their tongue. You know? You just do that with your ass. What can that ass do? Pop, 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 pop. Where was the bit that I was supposed to read on this one? And am I looking at the right thing? Because it's just all the toys that he's ever had. Is that face any cool? It's alright. Oh, that face sucks. Yeah, this is from the shitty movies. Okay. GTA trailer dropped. Cool. On the merchandise page. How do you get to the merchandise page? I thought the toys would be the merchandise. What is the merchandise if not the toys? What is the point of Transformers if not toys? Inhabited Megatron's body, or a version of it. It's complicated for the Marvel Comics continuity. There's your fucking problem. They divide toys and... Okay, so I need to, like... So what is Megatron actually trying to do? Like, why is he doing any of this shit? Depends on the universe? Cool. I mean, yeah, that's obviously the answer. This fucking design slaps. Are you fucking kidding me? Why change it? What is it? Fucking gun. What does he do? He's a bad guy. You know? Like, that's awesome, man. But then you turn into this, and this is just like random piles of scrap metal or whatever, and there's like a skeleton in there? Fuck you. Just make him have a gun. Chain design to sell more toys. Sure, but look at this. Like, I don't like it as much as the original one, because it looks like very, like, but like, gun. Try multilingual packaging a few times. Okay. Also, thank you for coming by. I know nothing about Transformers, but my sub Discord is like super into it. And they're like, hey, look at this. Multilingual packaging. Did I spell it wrong? Just copy paste it. So you say refresh it a few times. That's like adorable. Can I just say that this wiki has way more depth than it like should? Like, that's great. That's cute. I like that. There's so much here. I mean, obviously, like, the thing is, like, yeah, there's a lot of care in here. Someone's archived this shit, right? Passionate is the word, yeah. Like, someone needs to archive this to make sure that, like, if whatever this website is goes tits up, like, there's a way to... Top right corner of the page. Merchandise, there it is, thank you. Okay. Is this like a stuffy? No, I don't know what that is. I recognize this problem. It's like 2 a.m. You got a boner going, but you have to pee. And you're just like, I don't know how I'm going to make this work. Haha, piss boner, get fucked. Piss in the shower? It's 2 a.m. I don't need to, like, I need to sleep. But first I need to piss so I don't wet the bed. Because I'm a fucking adult. And I don't want to piss the bed. This super deformed Megatron is a re-release of the Authentics figure under the Bumblebee branding and had a wind-up walking gimmick. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay, they're like chibis. That's kind of cute. I mean, like, the Michael Bay thing did the thing that, like, Transformers originally was doing, where it was like, make up a canon just so you can sell toys. You know? Reminds me of the Chibi Gundam stuff, for sure. Okay, but Bay did it so bad. Yeah, no, totally. I haven't watched them. I've only seen, like, clips, like, usually from trailers and stuff. And, like, this does not make me go, oh, I should watch that. You know? Like, this sucks. Transformers nerds, like, you're all pretty much on the same page here, right? Super deformed is the literal translation of chibi. What was that about Solid Snake? Solid Snake was invited to battle bunches of other beings, including Optimus Prime and Megatron, on the television show World Fighters. What? They took his ass too? My man could not keep his ass. Does that mean that Optimus Prime is Metal Gear? Erector. Erector is horrified by the destruction. Everyone loses if there's nothing to win. Heavy and discharge. Invisible horsey. Okay. They... Why is she called Discharge? She also has one of the most awkward names ever. So they just stopped making her as soon as they realized that was a fucking bad idea, right? Okay, Beast Wars. I bet you if we look through the Beast Wars, we can find the one I had. I had one, it was like a saber-toothed tiger sort of thing. We already have, I think, the Pets v Convoy in here. Yeah. Savage, Noble, Gnash Teeth, Beast, Tigatron. Let me check. No, he was like, might have been something else. It might not have been from Beast Bots or whatever. He was like a yellow tiger. Oh, you're good. You're good. Cheetor? See, I never like got into the show. It's just an action figure to me. Oh my god, Michael Bay, stop touching things. You suck at it. You know what the worst is? I don't even know if, like, Michael Bay fucked things up as much as that weird Japanese kiss thing. That one's not Bay? This? What the fuck is this? Yes! This fucker. This is the one I had. I had this guy. The little button on the top shot out the thing and he had a tail and it would pop off like crazy. He was there. There was explicitly a Romeo and Juliet Laws plot point in Transformers 4. He very much did fuck up. Oh, what was the one that was like part like Hammerhead, part Eagle or something? That guy was rad. Skyhammer? Yep, that's him. That's him. Yeah, I had this one too. Like his like flying form was fucked as hell, but like it also had like a little bitey hand that would become his mouth because he would like put it up into the... Yeah, he's fucked. I love him. He was a cool ass toy. Him and my Gundams played a lot. They fought. I mean, like, I don't know how this guy does anything, but I remember this guy. What's the plot about this guy? He's all about speed. At home in the water as much as he's in the air. It's just about the fastest creature you'll find in either realm. Combine that with the eyesight of a hawk. You get a recon specialist without peer. Personally, however, first impression to strike an observer would be one of silliness. He's a robot of few words, very unnecessary expressions or even movements. He's always watching and thinking, never showing what's inside. Can you believe that there's never been a Transformers Power Rangers crossover? That is really sad. He was more of a toy only. He wasn't okay. So like this guy didn't really show up in the cartoons. Yeah, I mean like obviously it's a different what the fuck. Pepushi Conboy. It's adorable. Had but one mission to bring cool, refreshing carbonated drinks to thirsty sentients across the galaxy. With a powerful CO2 soda gun filled with a massive bottle of station, yes, even the mightiest of thirsts can be quenched. You kill people with that gun. The final bio for Pepsi Convoy does not contain the direct named reference to Pepsi Man originally written by the author. Mentions a sentient metal that is the basis of the ridiculous, amazing Japanese Pepsi mascot origin. We already looked at the watch that killed Hitler, yeah. So did it actually like shoot liquid? It doesn't look, it looks like you could just like put a bottle on it. Okay. We got this one. Someone said you'd love this one. And honestly, his design is fucking rad. What do? Poop shoe. Okay. Is this guy like a fucking vampire or some shit? There's been at least one previous Voss in the Decepticon Justice Division. 5-strong group of torturers and fanatics employed by Megatron to hunt down and deal with traitors. Current one is a scientist formerly known as Forstock, so-called linguistic purist. He only speaks in the primal vernacular and has failed to learn even more. So he just speaks in like old English, like real old ass English. Okay, that just sounds annoying. Like someone break out the fucking Latin translation so we can figure out what he wants on his pizza. Failed to learn more than a few words in modern Transformer tongue. Neo-Cybex. Of course. As such, his contributions to the conversation were usually interpreted by his squad leader, Tarn. Voss transforms into a sniper rifle to be wielded by another member of the DOG, or even Megatron himself on occasion. His favorite method of torture is removing the face, the inside of which is lined with numerous spikes and drills and hooks that deploy at the flick of a switch, forcing its way onto the target. Provides perhaps a rather visceral counterpoint to the old corrupt Senate's favored punishment of impurta, ritual disfigurement. His face. What if I murdered your face with my face? Wear my face. They knew Chrome Dome was only a surgeon. He told them they'd only spare him if he erased me from his memory. I refused. I begged him, but he refused. So Voss snapped off his finger needles. Okay. This guy's rad as fuck. There's an evil therapist one named Freud. Anyone who's from this subreddit, just... I'm not into Transformers, but I have an equally stupid hobby of playing Warhammer, so I'm not gonna fucking talk, okay? Like... The the Decepticon Justice Division are sick aside from being fascists. Okay. Quick to point out the shortcomings of others while conveniently overlooking his faults. Oh, I know a few people like that. Freud would probably be out of a job if it weren't for the fact that he is, ironically enough, an excellent psychologist. Even so, it's not clear how much of this success is reality of his own making. Freud's high opinion of himself has pushed him into committing some ethically dubious acts in the past, and given the right set of circumstances, the slightest variable could push him entirely over the edge. The DJD lobotomized an Autobot spy to keep him as a pet. Freud's name is an obvious pun. The character was designed by Alex Milne, who patterned him loosely after Prime Soundwave. Wait, Soundwave ends up being Prime? What the fuck is that shit? What do you mean breast force? Deathosaurus's elite troopers. Okay, hold on. Deathosaurus? I mean, all right. Compromising the most vile Decepticons imaginable, from murderous backstabbers to incarnated convicts, all hailing from the Death Zone. Deathosaurus himself is also a member of this subgroup, but the name is most often used to refer to the Elite Six robot. So this is like a is this like a translation issue? The term breast force is consistently romanized as breast force in every English instance of the name on the toy's packaging tech spec material. Maybe a misspelling or the usage of an obsolete spelling of breast. Tits. Wait, no, they actually are breast warriors. Why are they breast warriors? I thought that was like a translation thing. What do you fucking mean? The group derives their unusual name from the breast animals they are partnered with. The what now? Which transform into their breastplate armor into an autonomous robotic animal or handheld blaster. Don't let the name fool you. The breast force are nothing to laugh at. Okay, so like, this guy just ends up being someone else's tits? Kinda, but also no. Starscream, activate your breasts. I want to see those big daddy milkers. Starscream, you've disappointed me again. Where are your tits? Sorry. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Starscream's big naturals. Well, they're not natural. He has to get them augmented on by like Silicon Prime or some shit. Transmute. Okay. Oh my god, the fuck is this drawing? Oh god. This looks like this looks like something out of like, what is the name of that? Robozone or something? Robot Quests? That's not Reboot, thank you. Yeah, it looks like it's on a Reboot. It's gotta be like the same era. Confused, vulnerable, and staggeringly powerful, transmute, also transmutate, is often perceived as a threat, especially to those that don't want such a wildly unpredictable individual disrupting their social order or behind the scenes plotting. Incomplete by Transformer standards and with an innocent and trusting nature that is both a boon and a handicap, transmutate is a great risk for those who have exploitation on their minds, but is provoked, is able to unleash near unstoppable sonic scream as a defense mechanism. Is that a race of people or just one weird fucker? Hey, what's that pic at the bottom of the page? Hey, what's this pic at the bottom of the page? Transcript for Transmutate explicitly states that Transmutate possesses a unstable spark. Okay. Although stage direction and narration from scripts are only pseudo-canon, some fans have used this to extrapolate that Transmutate's spark was damaged as its body, perhaps explaining why Maximals don't perform any kind of repairs. Okay. That's her from a different universe. This thing is fucking horrifying. What if we made him fucked up on purpose? Oh, I love this thing. It's horrifying. Starscream with that's Optimus Prime. Oh, here we go. Starscream! There are your tits! Thank you for wearing your knee highs! Thundercracker. I really just want to see what the fuck Thundercracker looks like. I mean, the designs for the anime girl statuettes are like fine. Like, they don't actually look that bad. It's just kind of cute designs, honestly. Wreck-Gar from Animated. Multiple different characters brought to life by the Allspark. Okay. I'm gonna have to understand the spark thing. That's like Transformer Souls, right? Which one had the thigh highs? More or less. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm simplifying it because I'm dumb as shit. It's also kind of an organ. So your spark can be damaged. It's like a power source. So, like, if you get shot in your Allspark, you're fucked. Voiced by Weird Al, of course. Simple-minded and highly suggestible, as he attempts to learn more about his identity, he never loses his sense of humor. His trash bin is a quite impressive bag of tricks, able to stash and deploy many useful and even useless items at a moment's notice, making them seemingly disappear forever. The ability is a bit of a mixed blessing, as Wreck-Gar will frequently confuse your request with something that sounds vaguely similar. Of course. So he's a garbage truck, voiced by Weird Al. Not to be confused with this one. I really hope that Weird Al never does anything wrong. I love the cross. Why do you have a cross? Junknoids are basically Transformers if they were made by orcs. Okay. So this one is kind of bullshit construction. What does it look like when it's in its alt form? Because that's like super important. It's like a motorcycle. I already knew that. That axe is really awkward. Like a shitty bike. Yeah, it's okay. Chopper. Rescue vehicle or repairman. Name Rekgar. Occupation Junknoid leader. Allied with the Autobots in the year 2007. Specialist subject TV. What bee is unlikely to survive a direct hit from a neutron plasma accelerator rifle? The correct answer is Bumblebee. And that's Blockbusters. What? Have I seen the 80s animated movie? I saw H-Bomber's video on it, where he was like, this was intense emotional trauma for me as a child. I love this weird freak. Like, this thing sucks in a cool way. Pushu. Transmutate is a babe. Grimlock. Feature alongside the Sega Mega Drive version of Megatron and outside of any other toy lines, Optimus Prime, featuring the original PlayStation, transforms into a robot that's scaled down to a non-functional PlayStation or Sony PlayStation video game console. I mean, that's neat. How do you even... Okay. I would love to know what kind of fucking weird origami you have to do in your head to be able to go, yeah, like, I can make this work. You know what I mean? Steve from accounting. Let me figure out who Pushu is. It's literally a shoe with shit on it. Pushu appears as a prop on exercise equipment rack at the Decepticon base in the non-stop motion Netflix anime. It's hard to kind of tell with just one, but put two of the toys next to each other, and you can kind of sort of tell that he and his mold mate are left shoes. Bots are recent toys that turn into things. What? One of the bots turns into a stapler. His name is Steve from accounting. He turns into a stapler by folding in... Oh, that's adorable. Okay, so the Pushu and Steve from accounting are both bots. Which are just like, what if we had a Transformer that was just like, I don't know, common household object? Matt Pat was in Transformers. Too sober to read that sentence. The bots are all normal items in shopping in a shopping mall that got struck by an energon lightning and became Transformers. The toys are all 1 inch tall blind bag figures. I love Steve from accounting. He's really good at counting staples, keeping track of staples. Like, there's a stupendium fan rap about Matt. Yo, what? What is this thing? And is it going to be cringe? Oh. Is this... Please don't dunk on them. I don't know how I can click on the... Oh, this just came out.
Your computer, stick a disk in your console's drive. Whatever platform you're choosing, it's time to switch on your mind. Could be Super Mario, shoot a snap for those evenings down in the mines. But if you look past all those shiny graphics, you'll be surprised what you'll find. Inside these worlds we love, behind our TV screens, there's so much to discover when you peek between the tiny gaps in the story. Science, math, and the law, we've got all that to explore. Plus there's some decent memes. How hard does a headshot go? How fast does a hedgehog go? Rocket might not last a biology class, but have you tried to dissect a toad? How creepers get to explode? The secret's buried in gold.
Honestly, like... He's pretty good at this. Like, as far as like YouTuber songwriter that's like writing about whatever, like this is, it's like, all right. I think the worst part about this is that it's about game theory, which is just, you know, he's like a good songwriter. He's just using it for evil by writing a song about game theory. Grimlock? They, them. I apologize. Mortalus? Which one's Mortalus? The Void page is pretty good. Okay, I'll try out Void. We got one of the people from the wiki here, so... I prefer the dating soda cans, honestly. The Spamtum one is the best. If you click on it, it brings you here. The Only Can song is a must-watch. I think that this is a little nod to something that I don't know what it is. It's based on a specific page from a Marvel comic where it's just a tiny Unicron on a empty white space. Oh. Huh. Why'd they do that? I mean, yeah, it's gonna have... The Transformers Wiki is gonna have a lot of, like, inside jokes. Like, that's 7-Eleven. The extent of, I mean, how many gigs is this, you think? Like, all the pages. Like, this has got to be massive, just in the text files alone. Like, this is like... I've said this before, but I'll say it again. One of my favorite things about the internet is you could be like licorice, how to make trains out of licorice sticks. And someone's got a fucking wiki on it. And they'll tell you how to do it and they know everything about it. And someone is in there being like, you son of a bitch, do not use red fucking licorice, you weird freak. Only black licorice. You know? Like, that's what I love about the internet, is you can just, like, I know nothing about Transformers, but, like, this exists. It's, like, neat. Not my thing, but it's neat that I could find it. Transformers romance. Oh, no. Like, some of these toys are legit, man. I've seen Rev before. Let's look at Rev again. The things I'll do to mansplain Genshin lore to Rev. I came up with a new term the other day, and everyone in chat's going to be mad at me for this, but I'm going to explain it anyway. Chat-splaining. You know how mansplaining is a thing? Where it's just like, oh, you know, listen. I know a lot about cars as I drive one. Let me tell you, girly, like, you don't know anything about this. Let me explain it to you. Chat-splaining is real. Eagle Killer. Genshin lore is so deep, I swear. What is that line that's like on TikTok and Instagram? The stream got linked in the Discord. You're also a wiki admin. You're the second wiki admin that came by. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, so here's the deal. My sub community is super into Transformers. It used to be a thing. It's like anytime I'd go to sleep, it's like Rev's asleep, time for Transformers. There's like a meme like image for that. How do you feel about the fact that inevitably, someday there will be a wiki explaining lore of your Reviverse with all your stories like Town of Nowhere? I would love that. I was just complimenting the other guy. This is, like, very extensive. Does that dude, AJ, whatever the fuck, from California still have the record for the most things? I would love to see like a 40k, like literally just like do like a Mega Dread combining into a battle wagon. Like if you had some like weird bits, like where this guy has like the hood like on his chest, like that's kind of weird. Wouldn't matter. It's Orc Tech. Who gives a shit, you know? The nice thing about Transformers is there's so many permutations of it. It's easy for everyone to find one version. But doesn't that make it, like, very, like, difficult to... I think I've seen this one before. Orctimus. Okay. This website is very slow. Showing off their other conversions. Can we see the actual one? Yeah, there you go. That is made from truck bits mostly. I wonder if that actually folds. I will say the continuity thing is, it's sort of like, it's sort of got the same energy as, like, Marvel continuity, where it's just like, this hurts me to look at. In general, there's always 2 to 3 separate Transformers stories running at the same time that target different demographics. This graphic is out of date, yeah. On the next one, like, maybe put, like, last updated blah year or whatever. But, I mean, this is at least accurate at one point or another. I'm sure that, like, there's more bits where it connects up. G.I. Joe, sure. Sure. And those, like, one-off episodes. Quick, someone remind Rev about Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah, it's coming back, apparently. I don't know why it needed to come back and have Sigmar, but, you know, people are happy. We've got the new Warhammer Titanicus. They've got, like, the new epic scale. Who is this? I bet you that this is Auspex. Yeah, it is. If I can recognize his style where he doesn't know how to do design, but he just like posts content constantly. These guys are so tiny. I saw them in person. Like, the people are one sprue. Like, each one little guy. Are they phasing out of Sigmar? No.
So let's take a look at some little.
No, it's not.
Elite.
Like, look at how fucking tiny they are. Like, I think these are on 32 mil bases, so like... Oh, that's super cool. You're actually trying to find, like, the people who designed a specific toy. That's really cool, man. Why is this... $400. With the what is it, GPS thing, it sounds like it would be, like, really rough to collect these, right? I think that that's super cool that you're doing that. I mean, it's, like, probably the one piece of information you don't have in this thing. The double stackathon sandwich is a Transformers themed hamburger available at Burger King for a limited time in 2009. It's hilarious. It's... Yeah. 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 If you're a completionist, you're in for physical pain. Yeah. It seems like it's actually impossible to... Why is Spock here? What? Holy shit. Spock is pissed. Like, if a figure change has a design change midway, do you collect each version? Yeah. I mean, I guess you would have to. This sucks. I hate this one. I'm sorry. I hate this. Star Trek, Ghostbusters, Terminator, Back to the Future, and My Little Pony. How did you get Back to the Future to work? Hold on. I don't care about Leonard Nimoy. Back to the Future. Yeah, sure. Okay. The first act of Back to the Future, there's a car chase in the parking lot of the Twin Pines Mall that leads to Marty accidentally traveling back to 1955. While in the past, he runs over one of the pine trees growing in the farmland that existed before the mall was built. As a result, the Twin Pines Mall is now the Lone Pines Mall when Marty returns in 1985, and Doc is wearing a bulletproof vest, clearly establishing this as a second timeline, creating as a result of Marty's interference, but the sign on page 1 still shows the Twin Pines logo. Yeah, the bot likes to slam you if you try and do stuff. I love the DeLorean trans. Oh, I didn't even catch that. I guess you could. Okay. Jesus. When Doc and Marty find Ravenge in his alternative mode, Marty wonders if the cassette may have Van Halen in it. And a rather unfortunate coincidence, this comic was released only a day after the passing of the band's lead guitarist and namesake, Eddie Van Halen. Oof. On page 2, Soundwave sports a white shoulder and forearms and red stripes. When he appears on page 3, he's colored with soft blue shoulders. Red stripe on his forearms are positioned to match his music label toy. Okay. Uses plutonium to generate it. Say it with us now. 1.21 gigawatts necessary to power the onboard flux capacitor. At the end of the first film, Brown goes to the year 2015. Oh boy. Ryu? Sure, why not Ryu? They really were just making any fucker into a Transformers after a point, weren't they? I hate the flesh-colored bits. Like, I get what they're going for, but I really hate it. I binged the entire BTTF trilogy in a week before these comics came out to ensure maximum accuracy. Holy shit. The fucking dedication here, Dracula. Sure, why not? That kind of goes hard. I love him. Oh, I love him. He's so good. They release him in a box that looks like a VHS. Man, like, okay. They got some fucking, like, they know what they're up to now. Oh, he drinks the energon of the living. I see. Wait, what? Dracula's resurrection in 1691 was stopped by Simon Belmondo. Okay, right, sure. That's just so you know who Dracula is, just generally speaking. How far into... No. Ugh. Thank God it's named after Nikola Tesla. Dude, is there... They haven't made, like, because, like, you know, with the movie one, they had the bots. Okay, Transformers fans, I know this is going to be a huge ask, but I really need you to do something for me. And this is for your own sake, too. I really need to make sure that you make sure that Transformers is not popular enough that Elon Musk starts to pretend that he likes it. Because if he does, he's going to insert himself into this fucking series, and there's going to be like a fucking like Cybertruck that transforms into him. It's already like the idea writes itself. I don't think I have any control over that. Just like bring up the racist twins or something. Like, oh fuck, he'll enjoy it more. I don't know, man. Just good luck. There actually is a planet in the Hasbro universe called Elonia. It was 2015. It was a different time. Yeah. Dick bought the blender guy. What? Is that a blender with a cock? He was the leader of the appliance bots. He would think that Transformers are too childish. Thank fuck for that. Moved the cannon to the blender robot's arm because, you know, children. He was also given a red color scheme. Don't put your dick in a blender. Great note. The Linkin Park sound wave? Okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, like, they've already done, like, the cassette player thing, but that's cool. Scathing one we've ever made since Pat Lee. Okay, hold up. Who's Pat Lee? Oh, okay. That picture tells a whole fucking story. A Canadian artist, he was the president of Dreamwave Productions and allegedly drew some of their Transformers. Okay. Until most of his employees noticed he wasn't paying them. Subsequently, he was also the president of Dream Engine until all of his employees noticed they weren't paying him either. After that, he founded his own company, Pat Lee Productions, and either worked for or headed a variety of Hong Kong-based companies, all of which appeared to have gone out of business. And he allegedly continues to do comic work for increasingly obscure publishers who have no shame. I don't know the lore well enough to know how off-brand he is. No, it's AJ something. I don't remember who that is, but someone who claimed that they had the biggest collection. My God, like, half of this is just like, this guy sucks ass. Rev, go up. Before the launch of Dreamwave's Transformer comics, Pat expressed a certain level of ignorance in regard to the brand's history. For example, he claimed that in retrospect, the Transformers cartoons were so amazing that it was only a matter of time before the toys were made. Well, I mean, you know, that would be a great idea. You know, someone should make some Transformer toys. Oh. What? Oh, right. Because, like, if you remove the arm, it would, his head is all fucked. Right, because if you actually had that angle, you wouldn't be able to see his head. Amazing. In the same interview, he admitted to liking Generation Sideswipe, who he considered a wicked character and regretted that he died. He didn't die. Oh, okay. I'm like, what's wrong with that? Because, like, he's got a sick design, man. What was his name? Pat Lee? Is he like the Ken Penders of, How to Draw Optimus Prime by Pat Lee from an issue of Wizards Magazine. Step 1, draw a circle. Step 2, draw Optimus Prime. Step 3, fuck it up. Like, add more greebles. Basically? Okay. Amazingly, he's the one that didn't die. So, like, he could have named any other character and probably been right. Fans discovered an old personal website that Pat had set up prior to his big breakthrough with Dreamwave. In retrospect, many of the quotes and graphics featured on the site would prove to either be hilariously ironic or frighteningly prophetic, such as a promotional image depicting Pat, his brother Roger, and then the Dreamwave execs on Lee walking away from a nuclear explosion. See this image. Or a header graphic that features the name Patrick Lee replaced by random katakana letters, which read, why did he pick that? To sell toys. To understand Transformers fiction, it's important to understand they exist to sell toys. Yeah. They're primarily interested in continuing to sell toys to children and adults. The cartoons, the comic books mostly exist to make that happen. I mean, like, come up with some banger designs for some jets and shit, and I'm bored. Honestly, work for Cowboy Bebop. Hasbro is like, make us a show about something so we can make toys. And they were like, yeah, okay. And then they did that the best fucking way possible. I would love to see like a design document on how the fuck you make these. Oh. Okay. We have some design documents. I just can't even like, it's like doing origami. I don't. Facial hair. Yeah, that is weird. I noticed that on this guy. Truck, not monkey. Is a phrase used by Transformer fans derisively towards those that complain about changes to the mythos. How did this phrase come to be? The answer is surprisingly hard to find. History is quickly lost online. Some records do exist, however, such as that. During Beast Wars, a very serious post bemoaning Optimus should be a truck, not a stupid monkey, were not uncommon, as indicated by the unset quote above. They took various forms and were quickly parodied. Rob Powers was particularly fond of these parodies, in which he formed various variations of the phrase, why is Optimus a stupid monkey instead of a cool truck, with assorted intentional misspellings and cacography for humorous effects. By June 2000, his parody seems to have made a fairly standardized form, but it was not the truck not monkey yet. Condensed form, This feels like the same energy as like Okay, these are gonna have to be like the last two I do. Optimus Primal isn't even the same person. Yeah, and it's Primal, so he's not even a Prime, right? So like, he's just like, I don't know, he got elected? So like, what's the fucking problem then? It's a different dude. And like, they're like, you know what kids like? Giant robots, you know what they like? They like fucking dinosaurs and shit. What if we did that with our toys? You know, like they transform into trucks. What if instead of it was a gorilla dude? Like, yeah, That idea sells itself. Hotshot is obsessed with jam. Not sure really what that is, but Hotshot's Autobot peers suggest that. What? Yeah, some of the dinosaur ones fucked. Agreed. Oh, okay. So he was. As someone who likes gatekeeping, Beast Wars rules. Wild take, but alright. Why do my shoulders hurt? I don't know. I like jam. Okay, I feel like what in the goddamn is going on? I'm reading this. First reference to Jam came with Hotshot's new figure as part of it had a vanity plate and is on package bio. Years later, Jam was again referenced by Rescue Bot Academy episode Rescue Primo, when the show's version of Hotshot was dropped into a vat during a rescue mission at an out-of-control Griffin Rock cake factory. He emerged covered in blue substance, which he declared to be jam. I see. Okay. Lol random fandom meme. The amount of effort that went into making sure this shit was right. Is oh god. Frenzy is red, Rumble is blue. The phrase originated from, so this is just like a forum back in the day. Jam is an old fandom that a bunch of licensors use us as reference. That is fucking wild, dude. Imagine being the guy that the people who make the thing that you like go to look at to be like, what? Which one was supposed to be red again? You could do so many fucked up funny things with that, but don't. Oh my god. Circular, you even have a page for that. Why wouldn't you? This is a trip, man. I don't understand what the fuck I'm reading, but we gotta own up to our own mistakes. I mean, as someone who knows nothing about this, I learned a lot today. I think we should do this again, but with other fandoms. Like, ones that have, like, you know, wikis that aren't just dead ends. If you have recommendations on that, let me know. Like, Transformers was cool because it worked on a couple of different levels. I think I kind of want to see, what was the one that you guys were talking about? Was it Terraria's fandom wiki? Where they intentionally fucked it up? That sounds funny as hell. Yeah, I don't think there's another fan wiki that's as detailed as this. I don't think we get that. Walking away from fandom was a good choice. Yeah, this is kind of this. I mean, like, Yeah. This is Imprisoned Inferno. Oh my. Oh, I'm not pregnant, but thank you. I thought no one's pregnant. Yeah. Rev's pregnant. Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to learn about Transformers, this wiki is fucking banger. Rev pregnant? A pregnant pause? I'm gonna check and see if there's any art on Rev Fart. I don't remember if we looked at this one yet. It's banger though, so we're looking at it again anyway. Look at this art. I love this art. I love this art a lot. He's a couple little fellas. It's very cute. Well, alt mode has to be a knife, right? I mean, use this like more contemporary design as a way to make that. Oh yeah, I have to move my webcam. Sorry. Let me just go over here. There it is. Little fellas. Those cats are amazing. And then I think I posted recently another one that was like a series. Oh, this one. This was like a whole series that a bunch of like Vinesauce related people as like Hello Kitty characters and such, or with Hello Kitty characters. I know nothing about Choco Cat. He is probably one of my favorites. Or she, or they. I actually don't know. There's a Mike one. Melody. Yo gets Hello Kitty. Germa. Yeah, this series fucking rules. I'm gonna link this for y'all so you can go and like and retweet it. But I'm conceited enough to just like and retweet mine. I should probably like and retweet the other ones too, though. But they're very good. But yeah, I think that's all for me for now. I want to thank you guys for coming out and dealing with my bullshit and wandering through that wiki. You guys did a great job. Like, legitimately, I've never seen a wiki that goes that in depth. You click on something and it's like Abraham Lincoln, and it's like, wait, hold on. Lincoln. Yeah, there he is. There he is. I fucking knew he was there. I fucking knew it. All right. Well, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Brr. He had the personality of Optimus Prime. Let's fucking go. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, listen, a lot of stuff gets lost to history, and it takes people who are like this hardcore about a thing to save it from like obscurity, you know? It's like, you know, yeah, it's toys, but it's culture to some degree as well, you know? I don't know. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.